Hello, hello. Everybody filtering in. Hey, everybody. It's me, your new moderator, Renee. Also your, friendly neighborhood money alignment coach. I am here to talk about a few things. Hey, good sis. That's my good sis, Ebony. Thank you, boo. Nah, I just bought through the phone. Wait a minute. I'm going to see who going to get all up in this gig right quick while we talking about prosperity and alignment and how it's more than just, lighting candles and throwing some oil around. We going to talk about it. We going to get into it. We going to see who going to all filter in, though. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. Hello, hello to anybody who is in here. And you guys can always catch the replay as well. I just want to get this message out. It's giving golden fairy goddess. Yes, let's get into it. I do what I can. Look, y'all, I got a rain stick now. Y'all can't tell me shit. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Look. Y'all can't tell me nothing. I got a rain stick and I'm here for it. But that's just me acting up. The rain stick I use, so I am a child of water. Water is my governing element. Everything dealing with water is peaceful to me. I do a lot of not with this filter acting up. Hold on. Why we playing? Hold on. Why we playing? Y'all, hold on. Y'all got me out here crazy. Okay. So I use the rain stick for meditation. I use the rain stick to clear energy for me. It's kind of like using a sounding bowl, but with the element of water. So that sound of rain kind of triggers my personal power because water is like my governing element. But we can always get into that. I actually got it off of Etsy. You can get them in different sizes. But I want to talk about how prosperity and spirituality go so much deeper than rituals, oils, and all of the tangible stuff that we do. When we talk about poverty and prosperity consciousness, it's all a state of mind, right? It's all mentalism. It's all as above, so below, right? So when we talk about where to start when it comes to changing your ideals and changing your mindset on money, it goes all the way back to your inner child. Okay. In order to really understand your relationship with money, in order to really understand where you need to go with money, it comes down to your inner child, right? You should get a rain stick. Everybody should get a rain stick. I love rain sticks. But going all the way back to your inner child and going all the way back to your childhood, let's think about it. When you are a child and, you're out the womb and as you grow, those first, I'd say 12 years, everything you know and everything you will know once you become an adult starts with your experiences as a child. How to be in relationships, how to have friendships, what boundaries look like. All of these things stem from those first 12 years of your life, right? That also includes your relationship with money. I'm going to give y'all a second to think about that. Your relationship with money starts in your childhood, right? How did you learn how to value money? How did you learn how to budget? How did you learn the importance of budgeting as a child? Where did that come from, right? So when you really start to think about how you were raised. You know, me personally, my mama was on welfare for a few years. My mama had to have 2 jobs. My mom had to bust her ass just to make ends meet. Like, I knew we were poor, right? I knew that we didn't have all of the things I see kids on TV have. Like, I knew where we were financially, but that did not help me be more financially responsible as I grew up. I just knew we didn't have. But I didn't know that my mom was clinically depressed. I didn't realize that my mom didn't know how to budget. I didn't realize that my mom didn't know how to stop speaking broke over herself, which in turn spoke broke over her kids. Well, I'm gonna get into it with y'all. The thing is, we don't realize that when we are stuck in a poverty consciousness, so are our children. And we are continuing this cycle of poverty and debt through bloodlines, through generations, because we don't understand that everything we do, our children are seeing too. So the moment that you start feeding into the desperation, feeding into the lack, right? Hi, Nikki. That's my baby. Hey, love. The moment that you start feeding into this idea of poverty, you are also speaking that poverty over your children, right? Not realizing that you've been conditioned for years to have this poverty mindset because when you were a child, your parents spoke brokenness over you because they also had this poverty consciousness. Right? So when we start talking about breaking generational curses, it's also breaking the generational curse of the conditioning that we had about our finances growing up as a child, because we saw our parents struggle, because we saw our parents doing something strange for a little bit of change. We saw our parents be comfortable with welfare. I'm gonna hurt some feelings. The fact that we get comfortable, we've gotten comfortable with debt. We've gotten comfortable with poverty, and our children are watching us. We watched our parents. It's continuing the cycle. We're not breaking generational curses with oils. We're not breaking generational curses with rituals. It starts here. And the moment that we start to understand that our prosperity consciousness starts with changing our mindset, the rituals start to align, the oils start to slap, the candles start to burn in ways where we can instantly see the manifestations because we did the work here. Rituals, oils, candles, all of these things are tangible extensions of our own power. I'm gonna say that again. Rituals, candles, oils are all extensions of our own power, even if we are paying somebody else to do the work for us. This work is still a tangible expression of our own power. So if our own power is rooted in poverty consciousness, how can you expect these tangible tools to work for you? How can you expect the money that you're pouring into somebody to do the work on your behalf? They can only do so much when your own work, your own mindset is automatically blocking the work before the person even touches a candle on your behalf. Thank you, Nikki. I will say, if you guys feel compelled to sow a seed into this message, Nikki was thankful. I'm so thankful for her for modding for me by dropping my information. It's pinned in the comments. But I need you guys to understand, there's so many of you who are out there saying, oh, well, I paid so-and-so to do a ritual for me and it didn't work. Oh, I bought so-and-so's oil and it didn't do nothing for me. Well, baby, where is your mindset? Because if you are still comfortable in being in debt, if you are still sitting in this desperate poverty consciousness, if you still have conditioning from where your mom didn't want to get off of welfare because it was comfortable, you're not going to be able to receive the power of these oils, of these rituals, of the work that somebody is doing on your behalf, baby. Woo! Well, let's get into it. It starts from your childhood. It starts with conditioning and reconditioning your inner child to change the mindset of this poverty mindset that's been ingrained in us from children. As children, we saw our parents struggling. We saw our parents dealing with depression while trying to make ends meet, sitting and being comfortable with welfare. Or there are some of our parents who had 4 and 5, 6, 7 jobs and we never saw them. So now all we see is this hustle mentality, the rise and grind mentality. That's still deeply rooted in poverty consciousness because you are scared of what happens if you don't have 3, 4, 5 jobs. Y'all, this filter trying to play me. I'm just going to turn it off because we're not about to sit up here and have me with a bewitched nose. Hold on. There it is. Anyway, it starts with your inner child. It starts with your inner child. It starts going back to your childhood and thinking about your relationship with your parents when it comes to money. What was your relationship with money as a child? And I know that's going to be a very hard thing to think about because it's like I don't even remember having a relationship with money as a child. I'm going to tell you right now you did. I'm going to tell you right now whatever your parents were doing was your first vision of how to handle money. And if your parents were bad at money, that's probably the reason why you're in debt now. Or I'm going to say there is a few of you who were able to see this example and say, this is not what I want. And you did the right thing, right? But for a lot of us, myself included, we see what goes on with our parents and we just got conditioned. This is my environment. This is what being an adult is like, is this struggle, is this strife, is this constant handout. And so now that we're an adult, that's all we know. That's all we know is the conditioning from when we were a kid, not even realizing that we've been conditioned this way. So again, I say, as we do these rituals, hell, I dropped a money oil tutorial today on YouTube. Go check that out. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't have it here, making that oil is going to do nothing. It's time for us to understand that it's the as above, so below is as above, so below in the physical. As above in the spiritual, in the mental, so below in the physical, right? So you have to take these thoughts to actions. The thoughts meaning reconditioning yourself, deconditioning yourself, right? To really understand where the root of the problem is with your finances, your prosperity. And then from there, as you recondition yourself, you can be open. The roads are now open. You can be your own blockbuster. You can be your own road opener by deconditioning all of the things that you experienced as a child. That's starting there. Now, as we've done that and we're moving forward, another thing we have to decondition ourselves with, and honestly, this is something that I just came to the realization of a few days ago, is releasing the guilt when it comes to giving money. I'm going to say that again. When we talk about giving money and asking for money, there is a certain level of guilt that's there on both ends. And the concept of financial empathy is such a major thing when it comes to us and the way we give and receive money. And it's not something that's talked about. I don't even think, the term financial empathy has ever really been mentioned. It's just, honestly, it's something that I just thought about a couple of days ago. But it's this feeling like you can feel that the person that's in need, you feel what they feel. And so you build this guilt around it like, damn, well, I know they struggling. I have an extra $30 that I guess I can give them. Now, here's the thing. Giving with no agenda is one thing, but giving with no regard is something that turns you into an enabler. Giving with no agenda, meaning giving money to somebody and not hanging it over their head, that's ideal. But giving just to say whatever, here, whatever, here, whatever, you're now becoming an enabler. And by enabling this poverty mindset, you pull yourself into a poverty mindset too, right? And again, if we're going to be in this poverty mindset, you can't expect prosperity to work for you with a poverty mindset. So when we talk about financial empathy, how do we dispel that? Oh, My rain stick has something else to say, y'all. My bad. How do we dispel the guilt that surrounds financial empathy? Discernment and awareness. Having the discernment to know, hey, this is somebody that I know works really hard. They go the extra mile to always make sure that they're taken care of. If they need help, it is a genuine call to arms. I am this person. I consider myself a part of this person's support system. Let me support them, right? But if you know that you got a crackhead cousin that's always asking for $50 and you feel bad because you know you got $50 you could give them and you give it to them anyway, not only are you enabling bad behavior, but you're enabling this poverty mindset and pulling yourself into a poverty mindset. Now, the crackhead cousin is a bit extreme, but we all have those friends where they always need $20. They always need $50. And so you create this cycle of enabling instead of saying, yo, what are you doing for yourself to attract this extra money that you need? What are you doing to where you always find yourself short? And how can I help you? If I'm going to be a part of your support system, how can I help you better manage what you're doing so that you're not always hitting me up? Right? But at the same time, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So when we think about that, we have to understand that the moment you cut somebody off and you offer assistance, if they take it and they learn from it, then you have done your job as a support system. If they don't want to take it, then baby, it's just up to them. Everybody's not going to evolve. Everybody's not going to elevate, and you can't force people to do that. Now, with that being said, when you enable and you continue this cycle of giving, you are not only blocking your own blessings because you are giving irresponsibly, and Spirit sees that. Spirit can see you say, well, what's the point of us giving you this $50,000 we got waiting for you if you just gonna give 45 of it to the crackhead? No, we're not giving you shit. You know what I'm saying? So not only are you blocking your blessings, but you're also blocking the lessons and the blessings of the person that you're enabling, keeping both of you in a poverty consciousness, right? And again, I'm going to keep saying it. If you're stuck in a poverty consciousness, no amount of rituals, candles, or oils will help you. No amount of work that you can pay somebody else to do will help you. Okay? So we're talking about inner child healing when it comes to finances. Going back, for those of you who are just jumping in, we're going back to our childhood to understand our relationship with money based on our relationship with it as a child. We're talking about not having an enabling spirit when it comes to financial empathy. You can absolutely feel bad that somebody is in this position. You can absolutely empathize with them. That does not mean you need to literally pour from an empty cup, because some of you guys are giving money and you don't even have it. So now, not only are you blocking your blessings, they blessings, enabling this cycle, you are now ensuring your poverty by giving to somebody who can absolutely do for themselves. And again, you are letting Spirit know that you can't be responsible for the blessings that they're giving you. So what's the point of giving you any? I need y'all to think about this, because as a new moderator, I'm seeing these pending posts where people are like, I need money. How do I do this? How do I do that? Baby, first of all, you got to get out of this desperate mindset. I'm going to tell you right now, I used to be the broke friend. I used to be the friend who was living paycheck to paycheck, and baby, I was making good money. And it didn't make any sense why I was living paycheck to paycheck, because I was very comfortable in debt. I was very comfortable with this poverty mindset, feeling like I would never be able to do this because I don't have enough money. I can't do that because I don't have enough money. And the moment I shifted out of this desperate mindset, the moment that I moved out of this poverty consciousness over myself, I am now able to say I have been my own boss for almost a year now, thriving, perfectly fine, traveling, doing everything that I thought I would never be able to do when I was actually working a 9-to-5, making very good money. It is absolutely possible. It is absolutely in your alignment if you choose it. But you have to start here. You have to get out of this poverty mindset, and you have to stop pouring from empty cups. Pour into yourself, right? Understand where your relationship with money is, where you need to change this ideal of what your prosperity looks like, because prosperity looks like something different to everybody. Each and every one of us has our own idea of what Mama I Made It looks like, right? So when you focus on exactly what you want, when you focus exactly on what your prosperity looks like, you now have a goal. You now have a specific timeline that you'd like to align to based on that goal. But you have to go back and start from the beginning. Before you touch an oil, before you touch a candle, before you pay for a ritual, you got to go back and make sure you right here, so that whatever power and intent that you're putting into these tools of your power, they hit. And they hit like they supposed to. They give what they supposed to give, right? But that can't happen when you're already creating the blockage here, because you haven't prepared yourself. You haven't done the healing. You haven't deconditioned yourself. A lot of the magic that y'all trying to do, and it's falling short, is mainly because you just need to start with the basics. When it comes to magic, when it comes to, manifesting, mentalism is key. It doesn't matter what your path is. Baby, you could be an ATR. You can be, just a straight alchemist. You can just say, oh, I'm spiritual. I don't have any specific path. If you don't have it here first, there's a lot that's there's always going to be a block, a disconnect somewhere, because your magic is yours first. Before you give it to a deity, before you put it into any type of divination, it is yours first. It is here first. And so we're all in this society of capitalism and all of this other stuff. We're all out to get the bag. We're all trying to secure the bag. I mean, that's my brand logo. My brand name is securing the bag, right? Money alignment. We're all trying to do it. But you cannot do it if everything here is going completely opposite of what these tangible things are, right? You can't say, oh, baby, I burnt my money oil and I threw money on my ancestor altar and blase, blase, blase. But if you real comfortable doing bullshit, if you real comfortable giving money away when you know you need it, if you're real comfortable with handouts, all of that is for nothing. And for some of you who are like, well, I'm still able to do what I need to do. And my mama was this and my mama was that, and I'm still able to get money. You already thinking small. Again, I know I'm going to hurt some feelings, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you feel like you're getting over and what I'm saying doesn't make any sense, you're thinking small. Because we are all meant for greatness. Greatness is going to look differently between all of us, but I'm going to tell you right now, if all that you're petitioning for is enough money to pay your bills next month, you already thinking small, and that's going to run out. That's going to run out. When you talk about aligning to prosperity, align about a life of ease, a life of luxury. Again, luxury looks different to all of us. Luxury for me, baby, I look like Mariah Carey in a onesie and a lavish robe, sitting on a Chase lounge somewhere, drinking whatever I feel like drinking, without a care in the world, all my bills on auto pay. That's what luxury looks like to me. Luxury is going to look a little different from everybody. But in order to call that is what calling forth prosperity looks like. It's not, let me make sure I can make enough to keep my head above water. Spirit wants us to thrive, not survive. And in order to get to that point of thriving, in order to get to that point of, you know what? I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Spirit, I want you to bless me to where I am my own boss. Or Spirit, I want you to bless me to where I have my dream job, so I don't feel like I want to just yeet myself off a balcony every morning when I go to work because I hate this job. Spirit wants you to think bigger. Spirit wants you to look beyond your environment. You see what I'm saying? So if you guys are only manifesting just enough to get by, you're still in a poverty consciousness. That's not prosperity. That's scraping for scraps. Think bigger. think more of yourself, right? I'm willing to take any questions, comments y'all have, because I know I've been over here ranting for like, 15 minutes, 25 minutes, jeez. So if you guys have any comments, questions, anything you'd like me to answer, I'm here. Open to answer anything. You guys can definitely check the website for any of my money alignment products. I have my own money oracle deck, all of that fun stuff. I didn't want to come in and start doing readings. I actually just wanted to get this message out there because it's very, very important. Because we're all trying to do money work. That's always the first thing, you know, people do is, oh, well, you know what? I got these candles. I'm going to try to manifest some money. There's so many things you need to do before you even touch a candle, before you pay for a ritual, before you touch an oil or try to make an oil. And I just really feel like I just want to come in and give you guys this free game, these keys, to really set yourself up for success and go beyond just what's in front of you. Manifest bigger. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, and I'm one of those type of people where I don't mind talking about the things that I'm manifesting because, for one, you can't hex an alchemist. It's all here. So you know what I'm saying? I am manifesting land. I am manifesting a house from the ground up. I have big things that I'm manifesting, and they are within my reach. They are completely on my timeline. You have to think bigger, right? So how do we reverse the poverty mindset? First of all, take the word broke out of your vocabulary. I can't tell you guys how important it is to stop using that word. Words mean things, and it is all about the intent behind them. And a lot of times, especially with the Black community, we are quick to throw out, child, I'm broke. I'm broke. I can't do that. You know I'm broke. Child, I'm broke as hell. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. And you know what? Spirit is like, okay, you are. You want to keep saying it, then yeah. You broke as hell, girl. We gonna make sure you stay broke because that's all you speaking over yourself is broke. Cool. That's what she keep asking for. Let's keep giving her the broke shit. Stop speaking broke over yourself. Stop using that word. I can't stress enough how important it is to stop using that word. You can easily say, you know, I'm recycling money right now. Which is true. Call your money back to you every fucking day. Call the money that you've spent back to you every day. But don't say you're broke. That is the most important thing. Another thing that I do often, especially when I was in the process of deconditioning myself, listening to binaural beats on YouTube. It's like frequency music. You can have it playing in the background. For those of you who listen to lo-fi, it's the same thing. Listening to binaural beats with intention. You can listen to prosperity binaural beats. I think it's 888 hertz. You can have it playing in the background. You can sleep with it. But this frequency helps to change what goes on in your brain. It's almost like, you know, shifting brain wavelengths. That is also a very, like, that also helped. Even if you do it for 21 days straight, you will see a difference in the way that you think about money, just by listening to binaural beats for 21 days. It absolutely helped me. And then another thing that truly, truly helps, again, is going back. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Shantae. Hey, is really going back, like I said, and deconditioning yourself. Really think about what money looked like to you as a child. That is a huge turning point, because when I realized what I grew up with and the way it shaped me as a teenager into an adult, like, I put myself in a mountain of debt as an 18-year-old because nobody told me when you are an 18-year-old, all credit card companies want to do is throw credit cards at you. So I was like, shit, all this credit? Fine. And I fucked my credit up for like years after that, right? And that goes back to, you know, my mom had credit card debt. Found that out, you know what I'm saying? So understanding what your relationship to money is a huge way to start shifting the narrative. to start shifting the way your mind looks at money. So those are three major things that you can do to start reversing the poverty mindset. Excellent question. Any other questions? So what will we say to our broke friends, my bad, our friends who are recycling money? You ain't shit. So honestly, this goes back again to discernment and awareness. If you know that you have a friend who is seriously busting their ass and really trying to make ends meet, and they do whatever they can, and you know, they genuinely are asking for assistance, which does not happen often. If you have it, go ahead and be a blessing to them. Right? If you don't have it, it's okay to have, it's okay to have that guilt, like, damn, I wish I could help them. But do not overextend yourself when you know you don't have it, right? In that particular case, if they're spiritual, send them some energy. If they aren't spiritual, help them find resources for themselves. There's still that equal exchange of, you know, I feel guilty that I can't help them, you know, with physical money, but here's something that I can offer them that could help them, right? Having that awareness that it doesn't always have to be financial is a great way to help your friends who are, you know, trying to recycle money. Do I suggest any books? That's a hard thing simply because a lot of my transitions when it comes to money has literally been my own journey. So I'm literally trying to just spread my message based on my testimony, based on the teachings that I've, you know, cultivated myself. And also I am a sovereign being. I am heavily a promoter of sovereignty. And with sovereignty and mental alchemy, when you put those things together, you create this ideology of mentalism where you're able to change anything you want to change, right? So with that, it's kind of hard for me to suggest a book just simply because this is really a culmination of everything that I've been studying myself, experiencing myself. And this is literally just my personal message as a money alignment coach. I am working on a money workbook, which will probably be out by the end of the year. But unfortunately, I can't really suggest any hardcore books. You know what? I take that back. There is one book here. Hold on, y'all. Y'all can see my little messy room. Ugh, with all of my decks. And y'all, I have so many tarot and oracle decks. It's ridiculous. But I started reading The Witch's Coin. And if you guys follow me on YouTube, you know Money Mondays. I used to talk about the Witch's Coin a lot at the beginning. It started getting into ideologies that I didn't really align to, so I kind of stopped reading it. But the first couple of chapters were really, really good. And it helped break down poverty consciousness over prosperity consciousness. But like I said, after a while, he started getting into a lot of Wiccan things. And me personally, that's not my path. So I didn't really align or resonate with it anymore. So I kind of fell off from reading it. But if you feel called to, The Witch's Coin by Christopher Penczak. I would say that's probably the only book that I have when it comes to prosperity. Everything else is my own personal message based on my testimony, based on my experiences. And also just from the other people that are in my life, my other tribe members, the way that they have shifted their consciousness, it's very consistent with everything that I'm talking about. Oh, there you go. A Happy Pocket Full of Money. There's another one that you can look up. Thank you, Ebony. But yeah, a lot of this is coming straight off the dome. This is just straight talks from me. Does anybody else have any questions? I'll give it a couple of minutes if there are any other questions, and then I'm gonna let y'all get to the rest of your day. You are so welcome, Diamond. I will be leaving this up. If you guys missed any part of it, you can catch the replay. I will make it an announcement as well. And you guys can check it out from there. If there are no more questions, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. My throat is dry. I need to drink some water and take all this makeup off. I'm rooting for everybody listening to this. I know you guys are able to turn anything that you have around. Again, if you're going to buy oils, make oils, candles, if you're going to sew into rituals, if you're going to create your own rituals, you have to do the fundamentals first. As somebody who, I'm spiritual, I'm a whole witch out here, I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to make that, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make that. And it didn't do shit. It did nothing. I made a money oil, I want to say like 4 months into my spiritual journey, and it did nothing. It did nothing. Because it wasn't supposed to, because I didn't have the prosperity consciousness I needed. Now, I've made money oils that have helped people get cars. I've made money oils that have helped people get whole contracts with huge companies. The money oil I have now is the hardest hitting oil I've ever made. And I'm not even trying to sell myself. I encourage you guys to make your own money oil. I just threw a tutorial up on YouTube. What I'm saying is, the moment you turn it around here, as above, so below. Right? I love you guys. Sending you tons and tons of love and light. And until next time, peace.